The signal came out of nowhere, a point in empty space light years from any star. After decades of searching the skies, mankind knew it was no longer alone in the universe. We called them the Senders. Their transmission contained plans for a spherical exoplanetary probe. We named it EXO ONE. The EXO ONE mission has fascinated historians for generations. What was its purpose? Who were the senders? And why did they give us this technology? All we know for certain is that the pilot of humanity's first manned exoplanetary probe never returned.
Test speed achieved. We have a spiking energy reading. Emergency shutdown procedures, kill power.
And after the wormhole closed, the pilot was never seen again. At the time, scientists had little idea of the workings of wormholes. Science fiction usually depicted them as instantaneous doorways. However, what our unwilling pilot found was exactly the opposite. This first trip lasted days, and unfortunately, the worst was yet to come. Despite extensive testing of communications prior to launch, all contact with EXO ONE was lost. The pilot was completely cut off. Back home, Mission Control was baffled by the unexpected departure. Even worse, the senders were nowhere to be found. There was no welcoming committee, no landing pad, or any signs of life. First contact, as far as we know, was never made. After touching down, the pilot picked up an unknown energy signature, then made the following report. Anomaly spotted, a blue beam of light originating on the horizon, projecting into the upper atmosphere. Unclear whether man-made or natural in origin. Eventually, EXO ONE would arrive at what the pilot referred to as transport monoliths, which led to the second planet, Nowhere. EXO ONE prematurely exited the second wormhole somewhere in deep space. Drifting helplessly, the pilot somehow held out for hours, days, and weeks. The mental toll inflicted during this time, with nothing but empty void, must have been severe. How we came upon the second planet so long after leaving the wormhole is unknown. If this was the intended target, why did we exit so far from it? At certain points on its journey, blank spots appear in EXO ONE's logs. Typically lasting hours, EXO ONE's data was either completely lost or corrupted beyond retrieval. Very little was ever recorded by the pilot in relation to the monoliths. Sensor data seems to indicate contact with the structures. However, the pilot rarely made notes before or after visiting them. In the 20th and 21st centuries, it was common practice for pilots and astronauts to adopt a policy called lie to fly, whereby any potentially troubling reports would be omitted through fear they may be grounded for psychological reasons. One retrieved data file has been of particular interest to those who study EXO ONE's historic mission. Time-stamped at some point on the second planet, the pilot makes mention of voices and their daughter's name. The file, it is argued, was corrupted. Others claim it was deleted after the fact. Some speculate it was a mere voice log recorded as a letter home.